Moss-carpeted stone steps leading up to the forgotten temple. Fewer and fewer guests paying their respects to these hallowed grounds. A song of stately decay of bones and overgrown grass. A rusted bell tolling absence to the fount of prevailing silence. Do forgotten temples die from loneliness, or find themselves ennobled by the ants carrying the sun on their backs, the stones conceiving immaculate whispers, the trees bending down to eavesdrop on the worms itching for rain? What exactly do we mean by keeping company? The quiet life teems beyond the flagged limits of loneliness or its mortally wrought concessions. In our petitions for mercy, repose is the standard by which we elicit the preferred company of grace. At the elevated cemetery near the railroad tracks, the silent Buddha presides unerringly over the ghosts faring passage to no known ends. Rainy Wednesday, visiting Ryokan's hut. No one there. Frog jumped. Within the hyphenated seizure of rain upon stone, a lyrical wake of kisses threading sky to the earth sown. Images of the floating world perceive our birth and death. We go on, surviving our ghosts, dissolving into unmembered deeds of light, flirting endlessly with ephemera and the unknown. Time out, a cemetery plotted on higher ground, overlooking the railroad tracks, crisscrossing bouts of traffic, houses accounting for lives lived in shuttered flashes, the dead amounting the subtlest vigils kept in the way wind never stays put or silent. Out of the world's slow, unseen turning, a darkly candid limb photobombs the dead, en route to heaven's extended mouth of silence. The living below, crossing gravely their own secret vigils, never witness the lancing jazz of what passes in favor to sublimity without end. A most gorgeous, delicate, tenuous tenor of web, embroidered with translucent beads of morning-cut rain. This the ephemeral lens through which to view a landscape, a scene, quarter notes of a dream, or dreaming itself pinned to a plot of gauze. We bow down, emulating chorus, and peer closer. A procession moves in whispers, in miniature. A tribute remembers itself to the praise of your vision before it was told what or how to see. Your vision a roving vagrant and guest among the world's briefest exhales and most generous feast for the senses. Here, a plot of overgrown grass and conjugal motives. A desirously bowing limb decked out in pink and green, caressing the time-darkened stone of one who has passed from now to now again. The enduring portrait of a love story without witnesses, ministered by the migrating wind. We are here but briefly, finite exhales threaded to infinite digressions. Nowhere and now here, minding a slip of the tongue, a merciful spell of passage, shedding lightly to no known ends. Side by side, farmers raining symmetry in repose. The sky blue to the taste with chalky traces of cloud powdering the empty course. Images of the floating world persist in material means and long takes reaped. Where the moss grows wilder, clamoring to efface or colonize, or perhaps model a seasonable fashion makeover to the stone deity lotus locked in stunning repose, who long since ceded his material crown to the menial grace of time's scalpel, with silence sounding favorably in due course. In the lotus pond, ripples and respite echo and sink. Romance tenders its wake. On the day the sky cracked the superimposed pageant and illusory facade of the world without, its set design and painted surface gave way to the verdict, an inalienable proof of coral pools of black space, beneath within always singing infinitely empty to the gospel of no known cause. In a well kept shrine, the dignity of slippers, unmoved by great lengths. Unless you are converted and become as little children sliding down a blue slide while the living and dead coexist side by side as playmates in a prayer kind spectrum of transient passage, your heaven will remain a seriously twisted topic, operating from a distance within the smoldering ruins of a world deathly afraid to give play its spatial due and sacred claims. In the cloud papered volume of unending sky, a pair of kites assume the pensive arc of commas, giving due pause to the founting gulf of silence and daybreak. Unimaginable grace brought in to powder the red noses of the disinherited meek, lost in dreaming and sorrowful wake. In the world's undiminished constancy of portals and gateways, metamorphosis can truly be yours at every turn and step taken in radically engaged increments of dreamscaping anew. Symmetry, like water, finds its own level, enabled by many nodes of manifest grace, from cheerful stone to worn velveteen faith. Among the hallowed assembly of serene countenances and stillness, humble rabbit bows down, supplicating not only for mercy, but to hear the laughter of the lost children, resounding endlessly in a forest of echoes and lasting love. Find us, they seem to say. Where we are not is the rootless breath of our location, the unassailable gist of our lore emptying out to dreams among the force of all things moving. Out in verdant woods, mercy assembles to reign with unerring calm. The value of grief and mercy intersecting where metaphors are left behind to green and thrive and assume the tender form of a lonely doll, wide eyed in its longing to touch the ruptured pinwheel, the space between them bearing the inestimable cost of desire and loss. The old water pump remixing Basho's pond frog makes a vivid splash.